We're joined now by former Israel Prime Minister Naftali Bennett joins us now to react. He's live with us here on set. Mr. Prime Minister, thanks for being here. You're here meeting with members of Congress and others here in the States. What's your message from Israel right now?
We've got a job to do. We were attacked by a savage, barbaric terror organization which murdered, raped, burnt 1,400 Israelis, women, babies. And we will not tolerate a terror state next to us. And we need to get the job done. We'll do the job. We're not asking anyone else to do it. What we are telling everyone, do not tell us to stop in the middle.
Are you concerned that those voices will get louder? And how is there any hesitation or is any differences inside the Israeli government about finishing this fight?
Absolutely not. Wall to wall, from the left to the right, religious, secular, all Israelis are united with one understanding that there will be no more a Hamas state on our door. We lived with that for about 15 years. We got to do the job. Just imagine, I was here in 9/11 in Manhattan, and imagine if Al-Qaeda wasn't in Afghanistan but in Mexico on your border. Would America allow that to happen? Of course not. So we're going to complete the job, and we will not appreciate anyone asking us to stop in the middle.
You know this stuff firsthand. You were a company commander in a special operations unit. You were involved in fighting in the Second Intifada and the Lebanese war as well. What's it like for those guys going into Gaza right now?
Well, it's tough. I lost my best friend in Lebanon, but I'll tell you that it's the job of soldiers to go in and fight, including being in harm's way, in order for civilians to never have to be slaughtered. One story that keeps on pounding me every day is right now, there's Abigail Idan. She's 4 years old, and she lost her two parents on that day of slaughter, on that Saturday. And her older brother and sister, Amalia and Michael, they hid in a cupboard while the terrorists killed the parents, and they are alive. And Abigail right now, on her own, is in Gaza. She's being held hostage, a 4-year-old girl. My youngest girl is called Abigail, and I cannot imagine her being alone after her parents were slaughtered in front of her eyes in the hands of this terrorist group. There are 230 hostages, babies. There's Kfir, who's 6 months old, a 6-month-old hostage. We will complete this job. This is the job of the Jewish state. We were taken by surprise, and that is not okay. But now we collected ourselves, and we're fighting back, and we'll complete the job, which is to eliminate Hamas and bring home all the hostages.
How staggering is it for you to see then these pro-Hamas, you saw Hezbollah flag, pro-Palestinian protests outside the White House, Israel's biggest ally with those kind of protests? Well,
I know that widespread American people are good people. They're people who believe in freedom and liberty and the pursuit of happiness. And I can only assume that the people out there they themselves are either radical Islamic believers, and then I've got not much to say, or ignorant people who simply don't know what we're facing. We are fighting total evil, the very pure epitome of evil, and we have to continue. I hope Americans, the widespread Americans, don't accept this horrible behavior.
Well said. I have to ask an exit question, just domestic Israeli politics. You were the chief of staff for Bibi Netanyahu, but then a political opponent. What does his future look like, Netanyahu, as prime minister in Israel?
I don't want to get into that. He's the prime minister of Israel right now, and I back his government, notwithstanding all disagreements. We have one government right now and one army, and we've got an enemy that we have to defeat. I can tell you that all Israelis are united. What will happen the day after, I think most people understand, but we'll wait for that.
Here we go. Naftali Bennett, thank you for sharing your perspective with us this morning.
Thank you, Pete.